Breaking news, my wonderful people. Again, another politician speaks on Funsho Williams. And this time, it says Funsho Williams trends as Shehu Sani speaks on the one presidential candidate being responsible for what happened to Funsho Williams. He's not the only one who has spoken with regards to what happened to Funsho Williams. Funsho Williams was unceremoniously taken away, sent to his maker before he could say Jack Robinson. This is the handwork of a human being that is still very much alive today. And the thing with God is that God will be looking at all these people. I wonder many things God they look for heaven. No, when you go just they look human being, you go they say, this human being there when I create. And such an individual will go on with life, with business as usual, as if nothing happened. Meanwhile, send other people, make wife become widow, children become, orphans. Let's get all the details. And still, there won't be president. We don't wonder how many people then go kill. Maybe we understand the matter now. Former Nigerian lawmaker Shehu Sani speaks on Monday morning, a step on the microblogging platform Twitter, after claiming that none of the 2023 presidential candidates has a public record of being a killer. The People Democratic Party chieftain, who is perceived to be speaking in parables, spoke very emphatically. In the parable said that the former president Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, though might know better about such claim after occupying the nation's #1 seat of power. The former lawmaker was reacting to the warning by Jonathan that Nigerians should not vote for killers in 2023. Are you listening? That's what Jonathan said. That Nigerians should be careful. They should not go ahead and start voting for people who are killers. Shehu Sani said none of the presidential candidates for his own knowledge know of any presidential candidate that has the record of being a killer. But Goodluck Ebele Jonathan once occupied a vital position for him to know more better and have an insight than the rest of us, because there are some matters that are called confidential matters with regards to government. Lead Nigeria understands that the 8th National Assembly lawmaker posts has since stirred the internet space as others are beginning to call names, pointing fingers at political bigwigs in the country. The presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, was dragged into the argument as he's linked to the murder of the influential politician and former PDP chieftain in Lagos State, Antonio Olufunsho Williams. Why some citizens were bold enough to mention Tinubu's name. Some indirectly pointed fingers at the APC presidential flag bearer by recalling a publication credited to the former aviation minister, Femi Fani-Kayode, who said then, when he was in PDP, that it was Tinubu who carried out the atrocious acts. It could be recalled that in 2015, Femi Fani-Kayode, who had found his cover with the PDP then, alleged that the APC now presidential candidate is full of snakes and viper, and the person now who is the presidential candidate for the All Progressive Congress, then he pointed to him as the killer of Funsho Williams. And now he pointed to him, saying the former governor of Lagos State, calling him the evil, hungry man who wants to make sure that no other person sees the light of day because of his quest for power. So you see, Femi Fani-Kayode continued to say it again and again. Now again, this guy is bringing it up, and Nigerians are wondering, what next? What exactly is going on here? These are people who you never thought, imagined, but every one of them, to a large extent, keep coming up with, we keep hearing all kinds of matters about them. These are people who want to rule Nigeria. These are people who want to rule Nigeria. These are the people who want to rule the country. And you can see for yourself how things are playing out. Wake up, Nigerians, is the dawn of a new day. And so let's not take it for granted. Let's not sit back there and pretend that all is well. Let's rise up to the occasion. Let's ensure that the right things are done. The people who you think, okay, that they are working for the nation, most of them have a different perspective altogether. They have their own set mind on how they want things to go. And so we all must become very careful in making our choices. And in going forward, we must be very determined. We can't allow these people to decide for us. We make the decision. We put them there by electing them. And so who we don't want, we don't put there. If we don't want it, we don't put the person there. These are the things going on. And Nigerians, you can see for yourself. Okay, you can see for yourself. So please, don't go ahead and vote for anybody, any man or woman who has no true iota of concern for this nation. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you do it, you will have yourself to blame. If you do it, you will have yourself to blame. Let's be careful. Let's be very, very careful. Because the days upon us are days where politicians, most of them, are just working and doing things, for themselves. They know that they know the strategy they have put in place. They've resorted to they've left hardship for the people. They've made making Nigerians to really, go through that struggle, bend, so that they can easily manipulate them. Take, for instance, what's his name now? Dino Malaya said, Peter Obio, the people that are coming up to say their obedience, that they were paid 1,000 or 2,000, that to mobilize crowd in Nigeria is cheap because people are hungry. Go to a place, blow a whistle and tell them that you need this, you need that. People will jump out. And I'm wondering, is that what you've been doing? Is that how you've been going about it? And so he's saying that gathering crowd in Nigeria is cheap. So they should not think that it's a big deal. That is Peter Obi. Peter Obi is doing it intentionally. He's doing it intentionally. He's going ahead and he's paying the people, moving them with buses from one point to the other, saying that they are having obedient move. And I'm wondering to myself, what do you mean? What do you mean they are moving crowd, mobilizing crowd from one end to the other? Well, these are some of the things that are happening, and you need to be aware. You need to be very, very much aware. We can't sit back, fold our arms and keep quiet. For what? What for? What is the essence? When we have a nation that we all must, we must be accountable for. These people that you are seeing, they are called politicians. Leave us a comment. Bye for now.